Hello, in this video we are going to see the dangers of using KVMs in your office laptops or office machines and how they can lead to termination from the job. Just to show that this is not the hypothetical situation, I have opened a Reddit post as well. In this Reddit post, an employee is discussing that there are few contractors in his staffing company which are being fired, and why they are fired is because they were using KVM devices. The justification which is given is that either those employees who are using the KVM device, they are using it for doing two jobs, or they are using for hiding their location, identity, etc. So a lot of people are facing this problem right now, and this is not a problem, this is a valid scenario. The security of the organization is utmost. How can you be sure, and how can you ensure that you are not falling into the trap and you are not using KVM devices without knowing the consequences? That is the rationale for making this video. Let's get started. So let's see what is a KVM switch. So KVM stands for keyboard, video, and mouse. And what it does is it allows us to connect a set of computers with a single set of peripherals. So with a single set of keyboard, mouse, and monitor, you would be able to control multiple computers. So there is a switch which is there, and this switch is connected to the multiple computers which you have, and it is also connected to a single set of peripherals which you have. Now what happens is it is on you, it is under your control, that which machine you want to use. So for example, if in case you are interested in using the machine 1, okay, so with your remote, with your hardware based switch, you would be selecting computer 1, and thereby the keyboard would be controlling this computer, monitor would be displaying the data or the output from this computer, and the mouse would be controlling this computer. So with the single button switch, you are able to use the single set of peripherals with this computer. Later, you think that you need to control some other computer. You press the button again. Let's say you want to control the computer number 3, and the peripherals are connected to computer number 3. So it is giving you a lot of flexibility. You are removing all the clutter from desk, and you are able to use the single set of peripherals for controlling multiple computers, laptop servers which are there at your home. Now there are two kinds of KVMs which are there. One is the dumb KVM. So when we say dumb, that means it is not having any microcontrollers or processing logic. So what it does is that it is simply passing signals from keyboard, video, and mouse ports. There is no data interception or logging capabilities. Typically, it uses a mechanical or electronic switching. So only switching is being performed. There is no data interception which is happening. Thereby, it cannot interpret or manipulate your data. So this is safe. This kind of switch, this kind of dumb switch is safe, and it would not be a IT threat or a security threat in most of the organizations. Now there are advanced switches which we are having, and these switches are having microcontrollers. So they include microcontrollers to manage switching, USB emulation, hotkey detection, video scaling, etc. They may have support for USB hub emulation. You can connect USBs. Some models would support firmware updates, network connectivity, or remote access. And this is the culprit here. Most of the terminations are because of the IP-based KVMs. We will see the details of what IP KVMs in a bit. What are the risks? Data interception. So if you intercept the data, that means you have the access to the data. So protected data, people are able to intercept and thereby use it. So that is the biggest threat. Firmware manipulation, you can modify the firmware, you can update the BIOS settings, and thereby you can infect your computer. And if your computer is infected, every computer in the network would also get infected. So this is another major threat. Remote access. So remote access is another bigger problem, wherein the employee claims that he's working uh, on the site, let's say on the geographical site. If he has to work from US, he's claiming that he's working from US, but he's working from India or he's working from Korea. He's using this IP KVMs to have access to his remote machines from anywhere in the world. So that's the remote access part. Let's see the details of IP KVM. KVM switch with network capabilities which allows remote access. So that is the IP KVM. You connect your computers to the IP KVM switch. The switch is connected to your network. You access and control computers remotely. And how you access? You have either a web interface to access, or you can install a client software to access the remote machine. So the same has been indicated here. There may be one server, one computer, second server, multiple CPUs may be there. They are connected to the IP KVM switch, and then you are able to access these machines remotely. So now it is established that there are a lot of threats with using this IP based KVM switches. I have also listed the different KVM switches which are available along with their price ranges. If you go down, I'll link this page. All the threats which are there, you can read about all the different threats which are possible, and the enterprise grade KVM switches which are there along with their prices, the do-it-yourself and open source KVM switches along with their prices, and SMB, small and medium business and consumer KVM switches are also mentioned here. So you can get within $30 a DIY you can do, and the range can go to 10, 15, 20K USD as well. So one question which comes is, how can anyone detect when I'm using a tiny pilot or a IP based KVM? So tiny pilot is one of the IP based KVM. So they have put a very nice article. So what they say is all these devices, the IP KVM would be plugged into your ports. So for example, USB would be plugged to a USB port, HDMI would be connected to a HDMI port. Thereby, the hardware manager would be able to ascertain what all devices you have connected. And there are properties, okay, properties identifiers of these different devices which are there, and they clearly indicate that what kind of device, what kind of IP based KVM has been installed and being used. So it is very easy for these security experts and security softwares to identify, report, monitor that the systems are at threat because these kind of KVMs have been used by this employee. Okay, so we have been able to ascertain that this is very, very dangerous to use. People can have different ways of working two jobs. One of the ways can be KVM also, where they are able to switch the machines and able to conveniently work with multiple jobs with the same set of peripherals. They are able to hide their location. They are also able to hide their identity because they can give the username password to some other user who would be working on their behalf on the system. So thereby these KVM devices are very, very insecure, and I would say that you should not be installing any KVM, be it a dumb or intelligent KVM. You should not be using any such hardware device. Why? Because you are not sure whether it's a dumb or it's a intelligent. Um, Unless and until your IT organization, your security organization says that you are allowed to use this kind of KVM because it's a dumb KVM, you should not be using the KVM. So like they say, prevention is better than cure. So never ever use any hardware KVMs unless and until your IT organization has signed off to use that KVM. Thank you.